Okay, so you've brought us a really fascinating source today. We're looking at the YouTube transcript of Les Brown's It's Possible, specifically his greatest hits.
That's right.
And our goal here for everyone listening is to really pull out the core actionable ideas from Les Brown's message, stuff you can actually use for your own goals.
Exactly. We want to see how his ideas on belief, on bouncing back, mindset, perseverance, how they apply practically.
Right. Not just theory, but how his examples, his own stories, can give us some concrete insights.
It's about dissecting why his message connects and what we can, really take away from it.
Okay, let's jump straight in then. The big one. It's possible. He says it over and over. What's the actual power there? Is it just like positive thinking?
Well, it's more than just wishing, I think. The repetition itself. It's like a tool. It actively challenges the beliefs we already hold.
Beliefs based on what, past stuff?
Yeah, often based on past limitations, what memory tells us is realistic. Saying it's possible again and again is sort of a mental exercise to operate from imagination instead.
Imagination of the future potential.
Exactly. It's like you're consciously choosing to focus on potential, not just past data. It's a way to start reprogramming that default filter we all have.
I read about that inner voice, the one he mentions that says you can't do it. How do we deal with that?
The internal critic. We all have it, right?
Yeah.
Les Brown suggests acknowledging it, but not giving it the microphone, so to speak.
Don't let it run the show.
Right. Recognize it's often just playing old takes, old fears. Choosing to focus on it's possible is like deliberately giving more airtime to your future vision than your past doubts.
You acknowledge the fear, but don't let it decide things.
Precisely. It's there, but it doesn't get the final vote.
He uses that Roger Bannister example, the 4-minute mile. That really drives the point home.
Oh, absolutely. Before 1954, it wasn't just hard, it was widely considered, impossible, a physical barrier.
But then Bannister does it.
And suddenly, the impossible becomes possible. And look what happened next. Thousands, over 20,000 people have done it since.
Wow. So the human body didn't magically change overnight.
No. What changed was the belief. One person broke the barrier, and it shattered that limiting belief for countless others. It opened up a whole new realm of possibility in people's minds.
Belief really is foundational then, which leads nicely into his distinction between eyesight and mindsight. Can you unpack that a bit?
Yeah, that's a really crucial concept. Eyesight is just, seeing the surface facts, what's immediately apparent.
Like seeing you're unemployed.
Right, that's the eyesight view. But mindsight is how you interpret those facts. It's filtered through your beliefs, especially that belief about whether things can change.
So same situation, different interpretation.
Exactly. He tells that story about the two friends in Chicago, both unemployed, facing the same tough job market. One looks around, uses his eyesight, sees the difficulty and thinks it's hopeless, not possible, and basically gives up.
Okay, and the other friend?
Same situation, same eyesight view initially, but his mindsight kicks in. He believes the job is possible despite the circumstances.
So that belief changes his actions.
Completely. It fuels him. He starts volunteering, networking, putting himself out there, looking for cracks where eyesight only saw walls, and eventually he finds a job.
Because his mindsight allowed him to see possibilities the other guy just couldn't.
That's it. Same reality, totally different outcome based on the internal interpretation, the mindsight.
That really clarifies things. Now, Les Brown is very open about his own setbacks. Getting fired as a DJ twice. How did he turn those moments around?
Well, I think the key was his realization eventually that DJ wasn't his entire identity. Being fired kind of forced him to ask, okay, if I'm not just that, then what else could I be?
But so it was a disruption, but also an opening.
A painful one, I'm sure, but yes, it pushed him out of that box. Instead of letting the setback define him, he saw it as a chance, maybe even a necessity to explore something totally new.
Which led to the politics thing.
Exactly. That unexpected leap into running for office.
Which is amazing. No experience, no money, no real backing. But he just decided it's possible.
Pure audacity of belief, right? He's up against this established incumbent, all the odds stacked against him in conventional terms.
But he didn't operate conventionally.
Not at all. He operated from that core conviction. And even that wild story about his mother's radio endorsement at the last minute.
Yeah, that was incredible.
It just shows how when you're driven by that deep, it's possible mindset, unexpected things can happen. Paths open up that you couldn't have planned. It wasn't logical maybe, but it worked.
So maintaining focus, even when things look bleak, is key. He talks about pursuing that big speaking gig with the association. That was a marathon.
Oh, it really was. It shows incredible persistence, facing rejection after rejection, but keeping that goal in sight.
And then he finally gets it, but then tragedy strikes with Evelyn passing away.
Right. A devastating blow, personally and professionally. It seemed like that specific opportunity was gone.
But he didn't stop.
That's the crucial part. He adapted, he pivoted, he understood that that specific path might be closed, but his overall goal, sharing his message, wasn't. He found other ways.
So stay anchored to the vision, but flexible on the method.
Precisely. Don't let one closed door stop the entire journey.
He also really hammers home the need to actually have a dream, a goal, and then to seek out support. Why are those so linked?
Well, Les Brown sees having a dream as sort of tapping into your purpose, that unique potential everyone has inside them.
Giving it a direction.
Yes, but actually getting there, that's tough to do alone. You need people who believe in you, who see that potential too. That's the home court advantage he talks about.
People who reinforce your belief, especially when you doubt yourself.
Exactly. And the flip side is also true, being around negative people, people who don't get your vision or who actively dismiss it. That can be incredibly damaging.
It can chip away at your own belief.
Absolutely. So choosing your circle is vital.
And I love that line. Refusing to accept things the way they are is the mother of invention.
Yeah.
Turning dissatisfaction into fuel.
Yeah, it reframes something we usually see as negative, that feeling of this isn't good enough or there must be a better way. That can be incredibly powerful. It's the engine for creativity, for pushing past limits. It's dissatisfaction combined with the belief that something better is possible.
So you challenge the status quo instead of just accepting it.
Right. You harness that friction to create something new.
Then he talks about self-appreciation, having direction. How do we actively, program ourselves positively like he suggests?
It's about being intentional. He argues that if you don't consciously feed yourself positivity and affirm your own worth, the world will happily feed you negativity.
Life will program you if you don't program yourself.
That's the idea. Having an agenda, a direction, it acts like an internal GPS. It helps you make choices aligned with where you want to go.
And those questions he uses, where have you been? Why are you here? Where are you going?
Yeah, powerful reflection tools. They force you to check in. Are you living intentionally? Are you acting on your ideas? Are you actually moving towards your goals? It's about taking active control of your inner state.
He also brings up the changing nature of work, the need to be multi-skilled. That can feel kind of daunting.
It can, yeah. The old idea of one job for life is pretty much gone for most people.
So we need to adapt.
Constantly. Les Brown's own career is a prime example. Trainer, speaker, entrepreneur, coach. He kept evolving, stretching.
Learning new things, adding skills.
Exactly. It's not about abandoning your core focus, maybe, but about broadening your capabilities, having backup plans, multiple skills. It's strategic in today's world. It gives you options.
Which brings us to a really central point. Taking responsibility. He says you are the major key.
That's fundamental to his message. Yes, the economy matters, other people matter, but ultimately, your drive, your belief, your actions, those are the deciding factors.
Obstacles are secondary to your response to them.
Pretty much. Think about him being told he couldn't get on public television. No credentials, no track record in that specific arena.
Right. The eyesight view said no way.
But he took ownership. He didn't accept their limitations as his own. He went out, learned, asked questions, built relationships, pushed.
He made it happen.
He made it happen. It proves that what others think is possible for you is, frankly, irrelevant if your own belief and drive are strong enough. History is written by those with imagination, he says.
And that ties into that mantra. It's not over until I win. That's pure accountability.
It is. It's a declaration that you refuse to be defined by setbacks. It's about viewing challenges as temporary, as part of the process, not the end of the story.
How do you build that kind of resilience, though?
It's a practice, I think. Learning from failures, adjusting your approach, but always keeping that end goal in mind and believing you can still reach it somehow. Persisting.
Now, he's very upfront that this stuff is hard. Easy is not an option. Why is it important to just accept that?
Because chasing big goals is hard. Expecting it to be easy sets you up for disappointment and makes you more likely to quit when you hit the first real snag.
So, knowing it will be tough prepares you.
It does. It normalizes the struggle. When things get difficult and you can see it as part of the journey, not as a sign you should stop. It's an opportunity to build strength, resilience.
And he connects this to life's unavoidable hardships, losing jobs, loved ones, money, saying they can be preparations.
Yeah, looking back, we can often see how difficult times forged us, taught us things, maybe prepared us for something bigger we couldn't see then.
It's hard to see that when you're in it, though.
Absolutely. In the moment, it just hurts. But the idea is to hold on to some faith, some patience, keep taking action where you can, and trust that there might be a larger lesson or purpose unfolding.
Like the Chinese bamboo tree analogy he uses.
Perfect analogy. Years of watering, tending, with nothing visible happening above ground.
Right, seems like nothing's working.
And then suddenly, whoosh, it shoots up 80 feet in weeks. It's all about that unseen foundation being built, the persistence during the nothing's happening phase.
And the harder the battle, the sweeter the victory.
Yeah, overcoming significant challenges adds depth and meaning to the achievement. But more than the goal itself, he emphasizes who you become in the process.
The character, the courage, the faith developed along the way.
That's the real prize, in a sense.
So what keeps people going through all that difficulty? He gets into passion, purpose.
That's the engine. That's the why. Without a strong internal driver, why endure the hardship?
Like his football tryout story.
Exactly. He endured the pain for a bit, but ultimately the passion wasn't strong enough to make the suffering worth it for him.
So the dream has to matter that much to you.
It has to resonate deeply. It has to be your calling, something you feel compelled to do, even if no one's applauding initially. Sing your song, write your book, pursue your vision because it needs to come out of you.
Then, near the end, he kind of zooms out, talks about collective challenges, society.
Yeah, he applies the same it's possible principle to bigger issues. He doesn't just see individual potential, but collective potential.
Believing we can actually tackle things like dropout rates or improve education.
Right. He envisions using our collective will, our resources, our creativity, fueled by that belief and possibility to create systemic change, like building an education system that truly fosters purpose and critical thinking.
It's a call to apply this mindset beyond just our personal goals.
To our communities, to the world.
And he wraps up with that incredibly powerful story about Jack Boland.
Oh, what a story. Facing terminal cancer with such, well, life force.
Living fully, even during chemo. That spirit.
Unbelievable courage and optimism.
Yeah.
And then the recovery, the "this is embarrassing, I'm not dead yet" line.
Incredible.
And the final poignant message derived from his passing on March 4th.
March 4th.
March 4th, move forward. Carry that spirit of possibility, that courage, that determination into your own life no matter what you're facing. It's just a perfect encapsulation of everything he's been saying.
Wow. So wrapping up this deep dive, the message from Les Brown really boils down to the incredible power of believing something is possible for you.
But it's not passive belief.
No, absolutely not. It's belief coupled with relentless action, with resilience in the face of the inevitable setbacks, and all of it fueled by that deep inner passion and purpose.
Exactly. And accepting that it will be hard, but knowing the growth, the person you become, and the potential achievement make it, as he says, worth it.
It truly is a call to transform your mindset. So as you, our listener, move forward, really take that March 4th message with you. Maybe ask yourself, what's one small, concrete action you can take today to March 4th on a goal that feels challenging right now?
And maybe also consider that difference between eyesight, just seeing the current facts, and mindsight, interpreting those facts through belief. What might change if you consciously chose to see your situation through the lens of possibility?
Great questions to reflect on. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive.